Hi, welcome back to part 2 of the discussion regarding the new WP Failsafe form footer and how that compares and contrasts to other methods that have been used in the past for making pier type foundations for decks and pole barns and cottages, sheds, all sorts of things. But at the end of part 1, we were just concluding what the wood post and concrete cookie type foundations are all about. So let's just take a quick review of that. This is basically what it looks like. You have a precast or poured concrete cookie at the bottom of the excavator hole. That's a concrete cookie, not a chocolate chip cookie. The cookie that you would buy at the store will not have reinforced rebar in it. If you do decide to do a live pour and to put the rebar in it, you'll have a very labor-intensive process excuse me, to get the rebar cut, bent, wired into a cage and put towards the bottom of the hole in place so the concrete can be poured in. The next deficiency would be that the post sitting on top of the concrete cookie is not connected to it, and so the load path coming from upstairs down here is not continuous in that there is no connection between the post and the concrete cookie. The IRC and IBC code requires that there be a positive connection between the post and the foundation. There's nothing positive here. And the last point that we covered was that the new EPA standards for Wellmanizing and pressure treating wood have changed so that the amount of copper arsenate that's allowed into the wood is not near what it used to be. And since it's pressure treated, the core of the center of the wood has little or no chemical treatment on it. If that was to be cut off, the post would be cut off to adjust for the correct length, and this put down into the ground. The center of this will absorb and the moisture will wick up into the wood post and cause it to rot. So, I mean, with all of the negative aspects of this type of wood post and cookie foundation, it is amazing and actually shocking that it is still being used. I can tell you that we're located in Michigan, and in Shelby Township, Michigan, this method is still predominantly used. And if you ask homeowners and people who are buying pole barns and decks, if they believe that the $20,000 or $30,000 deck or that they're having built, that it's not positively connected to the foundation, they won't believe you. They'll absolutely think that this is one monolithic and that their structure and that their deck is connected to the foundation, and when they're told that it's not, they're very shocked and upset. So when a contractor is shifting from this method to the WP Failsafe form footer method, a very good sales technique with your clients is to explain to them that when you build a structure, you're going to be using the WP Failsafe form footer, and that their structure is going to be positively connected to the foundation as opposed to wood post and concrete cookie. All right, let's take a brief look at another method that's very popular, and it's a variation on the post and cookie type of a foundation. This essentially is what's called the cardboard tube method of making a pier type foundation. And the first thing you take a look at is that it's a cylinder. This particular cylinder is about an 8-inch cardboard tube, but 4,000 years ago, the Egyptians taught us if you want something to last a long time and be stable, you make it wider at the base than it is at the top. I think you can see what's wrong with this one right now. The leverage, let's say in Michigan, you have to go down 42 inches. You have this setting in the ground, you excavated a hole, dropped it into grade here. You're going to probably backfill it with pea gravel and fill it with cement. When you have the pressures upstairs, you're going to have this kind of a potential motion. Now, one improvement and advancement that this method did bring is that there's no more wood post in the ground, because this is grade. You fill it with cement, you put a post connector in it, you let the concrete cure, and you do have the wood post that is above grade, and so you won't have the rotting wood issue. But what you do have is that, you know, everyone thinks that concrete is really power strong, and what could ever happen to this? Well, concrete has a great strength for supporting a vertical load coming down this way, but it has very little tensile strength to resist forces that are coming up or side forces. So when this connector is setting in here, holding a post up there with a lot of leverage, you know, it's just like the old teeter-totter thing. Now you've got forces coming to bear that stress the concrete down in down in here. So if the let's say you had the uplift from the wind or side shifting, that's all going to cause stresses here that could cause this concrete to fracture. Additionally, there are other forces that come to bear on the concrete foundation underground, and that comes from what we call freezing or hydraulic pressures. So everyone knows that you've seen roads that are cracked and broken from just a little bit of water getting into a crack in the cement. It could crack concrete that thick easily or heave it. Well, let's say that this is the house or the pole barn, the wall, so it's warmer here and it's colder out here. So it's freezing here, and that freezing water that's in the earth expands, and it puts pressure on here, will actually crack this concrete pier. Now, and why is it going to crack? No rebar in it. So the WP Failsafe footer has vertical rebar reinforcement in it to protect it against those forces that will come and test the tensile strength and side load pressure resistance of the concrete pier. Now, just as something I forgot, just to go back to this one real quickly, again, this is below grade. And so let's say this is the house and this is the deck, and this is further outside. And so it's freezing here and not so cold here, and that damp earth freezes and expands and pushes this over. Now, many times you've seen fence posts that are tilted. You wonder, how did they get tilted? Well, that's what happens to them. The freezing and the heaving effect of that action underground causes these posts to move. And you'll see decks that actually have posts that are bent like that, and of course it causes it to sag, pull away from the house. Eventually you have a collapse on your hands. So, you know, coming back to this method, there is one other thing that they do to try and make it look like it's better, and that is that they actually drop a cookie down into the excavated hole and put the cardboard tube on top of that and say, well, we have it's wider at the base than it is at the top, but however, it's still not connected. You know, now this with concrete to concrete is called a cold joint, but again, it's subject to all the lateral and uplift forces and side forces that can come to bear on the wood type post, and will fail on you eventually. So there we had a quick review of the wood post and concrete cookie type pier type foundation, and we've taken a look at the cardboard tube one. Now, moving over to the WP Failsafe form footer, one last comment on this is that for the weekend warrior, you worked all weekend and it's Sunday night at 5 o'clock and you're tired and you just like to, you know, have a burger and a beer. and you're going to pour your concrete next week. If it rains, this is mush. Another good reason to go to a plastic form. So now we're back at the WP Failsafe form footer, the leading edge in pier type footings. And I'd just like to give a quick review again of exactly what it's comprised of. First of all, it's a kit. It comes in a kit in pieces, and like this right here. And it comes in the pieces, 4 pieces. That is a base, a reducer. Now, one of the purposes of the reducer is to cut down on the amount of cement that's required, also to give you the bell-shaped footing so that you're wider at the base than you are at the top. This is not going to tip over. It comes with the tower. It's 18 inches tall, and the tower sections are extendable to go up. And it comes with a collar that has vertical rebar holders in it to support the vertical rebar at the top. The kit also comes with a box of rebar like this, and in the box of rebar you have the rebar that goes horizontally and vertically. It just snaps right in to place. Literally, the first time you do it, it'll take 5 minutes. After that, probably about 3 minutes to snap this together. So excavate your hole, drop it in the hole, backfill it, pour your concrete, put the post connector on it like this, and you're ready to build your building. Real briefly here, just in closing, this is a view of a footer that's been extended by one tower. Again, they can be extended to 72 inches and even 90 inches on under special circumstances. We will also sell just the base or just the base and reducer for other special applications that come to rise. Let's say you're trying to stabilize a special backyard fixture. Yes, this is very adaptable to any type of structure that needs a good foundation. Well, I thank you for your time, and if you have any more questions, please visit our website at www.wpfailsafe.com. Also, please don't hesitate to call us to find out where you can buy our product anywhere across the United States. We also have an engineering staff on hand to help you answer any technical questions. You can also go to Ask the Builder. He has a very interesting video on our product on the YouTube. We've also been featured on the Home Makeover Show and various other radio shows across the country, including the Glenn Hagee Handyman Show. I thank you very much for your time. Take care.